All right, guys, this is going to be just a quick bonus video of one of the specialty trails that we're going to be building at Merus Adventure Park. Now, this is going to be an off-road trail, right? If you're an overlander, you can also do this trail, but this is going to be primarily off-road. It's going to be a little rougher, right? So one thing that we really want to do is create 6 to 7 specialty trails like this one. This is going to be our first one. We're naming this one BERGflow after our company, and really BERGflow is the company behind Merus Adventure Park. So a lot of our team are, have been the ones that have already been working on this project for 6 to 8 months, getting everything up and running, doing behind the scenes work. And we got some amazing people behind this. So for us, it was very special to name this first specialty trail after the team that's really bringing this entire project to life. So let's talk about the BERGflow Trail. First off, distance-wise on the trails, just under 3 miles, 2.89 miles. And check this out, 855 foot of elevation gain, right? So where you're starting down here at the bottom, by the time that you get to the top, you're back up on the rim. And the entire trail is going up a creek system. So there's going to be a lot of work that needs to get done to actually make this trail runnable. And this is really one of the trails that we are aiming to make a Jeep Badge of Honor trail. And it doesn't mean you have to be a Jeep to run it. You can be any kind of vehicle. But if you have a Jeep and you're on the Badge of Honor trail system, you can punch it in. And we want to get this one approved for that purpose. So wanted to kind of share this with you guys because we're really excited about this trail system. So you guys can see, starting off down here, we're starting off right out of a creek system, and you're staying in this creek system. Now, I want to switch over to Google Maps. I think that they got a little bit better imagery for close-up stuff. You'll see here, the trail is going to kick up out of one of the main creek systems that come out, and as you kind of drop into this creek down here. A lot of this, you're going to find that, sometimes you've got anything from 10-foot walls to 50, 60-foot walls on either side of this creek. All this white right here is rock. So, right off the bat, there's going to be some fun opportunities to, start getting off camber on the rocks, have some ledges, things like that. On the parts that are really bad, we will have some bypasses, but this is going to be a black diamond trail, right? So this is going to be one of those trails that you're going to have to kind of have some equipment for. You're not going to want to run just any stock four-wheel drive on this, right? But there will be some bypasses that will get you past some of these spots. Some of these areas down here, I mean, again, you can't tell, but I mean, you can fit an entire vehicle just right in this little spot right here. And in this particular spot, there's already, 3.5-foot ledges on both sides. So, a lot of people think that, this is just going to be kind of a country club type off-roading deal. There's going to be some really, really rough stuff here, some really fun things to run. So, you're coming out of that area, running up the creek. And the other thing that's kind of cool about what we're wanting to do with some of this, and I'll show you guys one of these areas, is that we want to create spots where there's going to be some kind of areas that are going to be almost what we consider like a play area, where you can actually get off the trail, and we're going to have designated areas. This whole area right here is one of these spots where there's some really cool, just eroded dirt, some nice walls, things like that. Where in an area like this, it's kind of a free-for-all. You can just go out here, climb whatever you want to. We're going to have several designated spots like that in the park, right? So it's not going to be a free-for-all. Like, we want you to stay on the trails, but there's going to be designated areas where you can get off trail and just have a lot of fun, do whatever you want to in those kind of areas. So while you're running the trail, you can kind of get on there. Kind of give you an idea, this bend right here, in the shadow, I mean, there's a straight 50-foot drop right there. So it's going to be incredible views. As you're going up the trail system, you can see it's really windy. And here's where you start picking up elevations, right? So we'll go back over to Gaia. But in some of these areas where you start getting up closer to the top, in some of these areas, you're starting to get into some really, really big elevation gains where in a matter of 50 or 80 feet, you're climbing, 50, 80 foot of elevation, like some really steep climbs. So we're really excited about that and the BERGflow Trail.